Very good afternoon to all of you. What you are asking, Aditi, I'm not getting. The screen is visible to all. No, I don't think it will be there. So we have started with optical amplifier. Okay. How we can design the optical amplifier? It's basic diagram of optical amplifier. You can see that. This was the schematic of a fiber amplifier. I think you have drawn it in your copy. Basic schematic of fiber amplifier. Okay, it is a general representation of a fiber amplifier. The gain medium normally comprises a length of single mode fiber connected to this dichroic coupler. Okay, this is a type of wavelength division multiplexer which we have studied already, which provides low insertion loss at both signal and pump wavelengths. Here what we are doing, we are introducing a gain medium. Okay, this is input signal, output signal. When we are transmitting the signal, it is amplified. Amplified by using this dichroic coupler, or we are using a pumping source. Pumping sources we have discussed in laser. Okay, so here we will pump the signal to boost the signal, and hence gain will be amplified. Input signal will be amplified. This is an optical amplifier, not a simple amplifiers which we studied earlier. Okay, so here the pumping helps you to boost up the signal. Excitation occurs through optical pumping from a high power solid state or semiconductor laser, which is combined with the optical input signal within the coupler. Okay, it is combined with the coupler. The amplified signal is therefore emitted from the other end of the gain medium. This is my fiber gain medium. From the other end of this gain medium, the output power is emitted. Okay, the major options we have discussed, the semiconductor operational amplifier SOA. Okay, which is not mentioned in your syllabus, but we should know it is a type of waveguide amplifier. Okay, now we will study different type of amplifiers that are based on the doping material which we are using. That is EDFA and Raman amplifier. So today we will going to discuss EDFA. This was the basic structure of a fiber amplifier. Then this shows the process of optical amplification, wavelength conversion and regeneration. Optical amplification, wavelength conversion and regeneration. Okay, these are used in many of the applications of optic fiber. Here a power amplifier is used at the transmitter side. See, you have the pump source over here and a dichroic coupler is enabled here for a high gain amplifier. Pump and a coupler combination gives you an amplifier. Okay, so this is a power amplifier at the transmitter. This is my transmitter. What are my optical sources? We have discussed LED and laser. Okay, that will provide you light energy that will be coupled to the optical fiber. While coupling, we are amplifying the signal so that there will be no loss of information while traveling the wave. Okay, then we are using in between, we are using a repeater. Okay, which will repeat the same signal. That is an optical repeater. So in between the transmission, we will use a repeater so that again there will be no loss of information. Then at the receiver side, we will use a pre-amplifier device. Okay, pre-amplifier will again amplify if certain losses occurs in the signal. We are unable to detect this signal, then we will use a pre-amplifier. ठीक है. Receiver side, what we will use as a receiver? We will use a photo detector. ठीक है. We will use a photo detector. So it is showing you the overall process of amplification. When your signal is traveling a long distance. Clear, students? It's everything is clear and my voice is audible to all. Okay. So this is the basic process. Okay. Then we have discussed SOA, a simple basic amplifier, okay, which is constructed by using a basic laser technology. Now we will study rare earth dope fiber amplifiers, which is known as EDFA. I will show you first the slides of this EDFA topic, then we will move towards the content of book. EDFA. This is a very special type of amplifier which use rare earth element and it is constructed, it is suitable, this optical fiber is suitable for this EDFA is 10 to 30 meters. It uses erbium, ER, ठीक है, holmium, neodymium, samarium, SM and ytterbium, YB. ठीक है, these materials are used to construct this EDFA. These kind of materials we can use. The reason for EDFA's popularity is that they operate in the low attenuation window around 1.55 mm. You can write down this heading, है ना, erbium dope fiber amplifier, EDFA. ठीक है. So basically, this EDFA is generally used from 1990s, which works best in the range of 1530 to 1565 nanometer. It provides you a gain up to 30 dB. Optical pump powers in the range of 50 to 100 millivolt. See, pumping is a necessary action for amplifier. We have seen the basic diagram of your amplifier where pumping with coupling constitutes your whole designing process. Clear? This was the basic diagram. We have seen same coupling is done and a pumping is done over here. So for pumping region, here we are using erbium material, whose band gap energy diagram we will discuss later on. Okay, so these are the basic properties of EDFA. So you can see this by using EDFA, what happens? Here the input signal, okay, power level, power interchange between pump and data signals, how it changes the energy level of your input signal. Okay, input signal is moving. I'm using a pumping source over here by the material erbium doped fiber EDFA amplifier we are using. Okay, the before what happened, the power level of my signal is very high for 980 nanometer signal. 1550 nanometer signal का data signal was very low. The power is very low. ठीक है? Now what we are doing, these signals are passing through your EDFA amplifier. ठीक है? Where we are using a pumping source and a coupler. The material which we are using is your erbium. Clear? That is ER. So here the power interchange between the pump and the data signals is like this. What is happening over here? Power level of your pumping signal becomes low and the data signal becomes very high because it absorbs that energy so that amplification can be done very easily. And you can see the input level of this before applying amplifier. And after amplifier, the output is this. So power interchange between pump and data signals takes place when we are using this amplifier. So you can draw this diagram, students. So pump wavelength is generally near about 1550, 1480 nanometers. Okay. So you can draw this diagram. Pump source signal, ठीक है, yellow one, and data is shifted. Energies are transferred to the original data signal. Finished? Should I change the slides? Okay, so next, erbium properties. Why we are using this material? Erbium is a rare element with phosphorescent properties. Photons at 980 nanometer activate electrons into a metastable state. See, I will again show you this diagram. It is having n number of energy levels. Okay, by pumping the electrons holes from your ground level, it will move. So from valence band, it will move to some metastable states. Then at the stable state, then again the energies will come down by releasing of new photons. Okay, so electrons falling back emit light in the range of 1550 nanometer. It uses spontaneous emission, and we all know what is the significance of spontaneous emission. Okay, it occurs randomly. All the light photon generated will have scattered wavelengths. They are not directional. Okay, they are incoherent source of light. So stimulated emission also occurs by electromagnetic wave. Emitted wavelength and phase are identical to incident one. So these were the erbium properties. This is the energy ER plus 3 energy levels. Pumping power is greater than 5 millivolt, and these are the pumping levels, wavelengths. Again, I will show you this diagram. This is the main diagram, energy level diagram for erbium doped silica fiber laser. The 3-level lasing scheme provided by ER3 plus. This is the 3-level E1, E2, and E3. Okay, and excited state absorption is shown in the second diagram. This is very important diagram, students, because it shows you the property of erbium material. From this, you can draw this diagram. Energy level diagrams for erbium doped silica fiber laser. Okay, 3 level. We are showing here 3 energy levels, E1, E2, and E3. You can see in the diagram electrons from valence band, okay, will move to the excited state, to the upper energy level state, if we will give some external energy to it. We will pump, so they will move towards the conduction band. Then they will stay for some time in the conduction band. Then they will soon move to the lower energy level, that is the intermediate state, metastable state, E2 level. Okay, and they will rest here for some time. Relaxation will take place here, and then the energy will be dropped out to the valence band by releasing photons of same wavelength, 1540 nanometer wavelength. So finish drawing this diagram. Okay, students. So it uses a 3-level glazing scheme. ठीक है? Now this is the optical amplification wavelength range for different fibers. ठीक है? O band, E band, S band are shown, and where we can use EDFA it is shown, and the C band we can use EDFA at 1550 to 1600 nanometer wavelength. ठीक है? Otherwise we have to use different material before that. DWDM window. Now I will show you this diagram you have drawn for EDFA. Have you drawn this diagram? Basic configuration of an EDFA. The basic configuration is shown. The signal wave from one segment of the optical fiber at a wavelength lambda s. You can see this is signal in, which is having wavelength of lambda s, is coupled to a short length of an erbium doped fiber. You can see here, it is coupled with the erbium doped fiber, and it is pumped parallelly with wavelength lambda p. ठीक है, the signal wave from one segment of the optical fiber link at a wavelength lambda is coupled to a short length of an erbium doped fiber EDF along with the pump wave. Is it clear? Usually from a diode laser at a wavelength of lambda p, pump photons excite ER3 plus ions and produces population inversion, which we have seen in that diagram. After pumping, it will move towards the higher energy levels. Okay, in this diagram we have seen the population inversion. Okay, the passage of the signal wave through the EDF triggers stimulated emission around lambda s, and in this process it gets amplified. So this is my signal amplified out. The amplified signal is then coupled into the next segment of the communication link. So this is the very basic of EDFA. Any doubt, student? So this lasing scheme is explained how it is decayed radiatively, non-radiatively, how it absorbs the photon energy, how it releases the photons. Okay, this is shown over here. And the basic of this diagram I have explained you. Now you can write down the technical characteristics of EDFA. What are the technical characteristics of EDFA? EDFA have a number of attractive technical characteristics like efficient pumping, minimal polarization sensitivity, low insertion loss, high output power, low noise, very high sensitivity, low distortion, and minimal interchannel crosstalk. These are the basic properties of your EDFA. But it is biased to that particular wavelength range. We can use it under that only. ठीक है? So EDFA operation समझ में आ गया, मैंने समझा दिया. This is the simple diagram. Erbium doped fiber, pumping laser, and amplified signal out. This diagram is much better explained in this book. ठीक है? Everything clear? So should we move ahead? Amplified wavelength is 1550 nanometer. Pump wavelength is 980 or 1480 nanometers. ठीक है? EDFA amplifiers are made of short length of optical fiber doped with the element erbium. A pumping laser excites erbium ions in the fiber, which can then give their energy to the optical signals passing through. This we have seen in the first diagram, which I have drawn in your copy. It gives the energy, it shifts the energy of pumping into the data energy, into the input signal. Working of EDFA, basics of EDFA, we all know how it is constructed. It is designed by using erbium ions. It works on the concept of stimulated emission. It works in the C band and L band. It is used to boost intensity of optical signal. Okay? And laser pumping is very important, and this is erbium excitation. ठीक है ना, excited state 1. This is shown nicely in this diagram. It's very basic diagram. बाकी तुमने diagram बना लिया है जो exam में बनाना है. ठीक है ना, those diagrams you have to draw in your exam. And these diagrams are for just for your knowledge, for explanation. ठीक है, so ground state, excited state. These are my RPM ions which I am showing. ठीक है, pumping signals at this wavelength. The signals is pumped. RPM ion stays in excited state for about 10 milliseconds. ठीक है, about 10 millisecond. Time is no longer for 980 nanometer wavelength. So they get decayed very fast by releasing more photons in the system. Okay, they will again come down. Again, they will be pumped. Again, they will move towards the excited state, and this will generate amplification of input signal. Okay, this is the basic structure of EDFA. Coupler, pumping, RBN3 doped fiber, a small fiber is taken. Okay. EDFA parameters, definitely you can note down. Note down this EDFA parameters. Wide bandwidth, high amplification, high output power, low noise, pump wavelength, and no dispersion compensation. Finish writing down this EDFA parameters. Finished. So in continuation with this, see this, you can see how practically we are using EDFA amplifiers. This is a full featured EDFA amplifier where we are using couplers, isolators, WDM systems. Okay, this is my optical input signal. No need to draw this. This is just for your knowledge. Okay, how these are practically used. Okay, optical input, optical output, isolator. Isolators are used so that if we are pumping the signal, we are getting the input signal, it should be isolated. It should not be modified by influence of other optical rays. That's why we use isolators, and it should not give back energy. Back scattered wave से बचने के लिए we use this isolators. ठीक है? So WDM 1, WDM 2 isolators. These are my pumping source combined with this optical fiber. Okay, erbium doped fiber is used, and then you will get some amplified signal over here. Next, two-stage EDFA. We can use two-stage EDFA also. At the input side, when we are transmitting the input optical power, and the reception side, when we are receiving the signal. So here two EDFAs are used. You can see here. Two-stage EDFA. ठीक है? there are two types of ED is used for amplification. One was fiber amplifier and other is waveguide amplifier. ठीक है, EDFA and EDWA, don't get confused here. In your syllabus we have to study EDFA, but we are having waveguide amplifiers also. ठीक है, waveguide amplifiers, but we are discussing EDFA, that is fiber amplifier. ठीक है, not waveguide amplifier. So now we will discuss this operating principles of EDFA. ठीक है, it use the energy level diagram of erbium we have seen in silica glass. ठीक है, the quantum number. EDFA uses a process of optical pumping. This requires at least 3 energy levels. Whenever we are talking about pumping, we require 3 energy levels. ठीक है, population inversion should takes place so that release of photon will be increased. ठीक है, the process requires the energy of the pumping photon to be greater than that of the signal photon. In other words, the pump wavelength should be shorter than the signal wavelength. Pump wavelength should be shorter than the signal wavelength. Now students, this is a very simplified energy level diagram of Er3 plus ion in silica fiber, showing various possible transitions at different wavelengths. You can see this is valence band, ground state. Here, after pumping the signal will try to reach the conduction band. ठीक है, pumping should be sufficient so that this transition should take place. So it will move from ground state band towards a pump band. Okay, you can draw this diagram. Then after a certain delay, very less than milliseconds, okay, it will come to the metastable state where it will stay for some time and then it will drop down to the valence band with the release of more photon energy, which is having wavelength of near about 1.55 micrometer. So metastable state and ground state. This is a simplified energy level diagram. They can ask you in the question also. Please put the energy band diagram Er3 plus and how it can be used for optical amplifiers. So metastable state, so minimum 3 level energy level diagram should be used. And the lifetime of spontaneous emission from this band to the ground state band is very long. Now students, here we will discuss few important parameters, okay, which are useful to simplify numericals. So you have to write the equations. We will not simplify the derivation. Okay, na? And see what we can assume while we are designing this. Now we can assume that, see here, very nice explanation is given that assume that the core of EDFA has erbium ion density of Nt. Okay, ion density, and the fiber is single moded at both pump wavelength lambda p and lambda s. You can see the variation in the signal wavelength and the pump wavelength. Okay, further assume that the population density Er3 plus ion in the ground state is this I15 by 2 is N1. And that in the upper amplifier level, metastable state is 4I 13 by 2 with energy E2 is N2. ठीक है, energy level E1 पे number of ions है N1, upper amplifier level पर है N2. ठीक है, metastable state is having N2 number of ions. Clear? So we can write, since the relaxation rate of the pump level is very fast, we may assume that this top level, that is energy E3, remains almost empty because there is a fast transition. जितना जल्दी वो excite होके upper state में जाएगा, उतना ही जल्दी it will come to the metastable state. So N1 plus N2 is equal to Nt. Write down this equation. ठीक है? N1 plus N2 is equal to Nt. Now we will represent some optical powers which are related to the pumping and signal source, PP and PS. ठीक है, optical powers for the pump and signal waves. And now absorption of signal determined by sigma PA, sigma SA, and sigma SC. These are the absorption cross section at the pump frequency, absorption cross section at the signal frequency, and emission across section at the signal. These are very important parameters for derivation. Then you can write down the equations which we will use just write down this rate equation. Students, please write down this rate of change of population of the ground level energy E1 10.17. Then write down for N2 level, that is 10.18. I will zoom it. 10.17 equation and 10.18. Please write down. Finished. All the parameters A, P, A are the cross-sectional areas of the fiber. Modes. TSP is a spontaneous emission lifetime. This tau SP. Okay, N1 is the rate of absorption per unit volume from ground level E1 to the pump level E3, for which the frequency is VP. Okay, N1 is the rate of absorption per unit volume from level E1 to the metastable level E2. Clear? N1, then N2. N2 is the rate of stimulated emission from level E2 to level E1. Clear? Now, rate of equation for upper amplifier N2, all have written. Next, directly write down this equation, the pump power and signal power equation. DPS upon DZ equation 10.21 and 10.22. DPS upon DZ and you can write down alpha and alpha dash are the fiber losses at signal and pump wavelengths. Alpha and alpha dash. Okay? Confinement factors are given by tau S and tau P. Take into the account the fact that the doped region within the core provides a gain for the entire fiber mode. Confinement factors. S क्या है? S represents the input signal, P represents the pump signal. ठीक है? The plus minus sign in the LHS of the 10.22 equation indicates the direction of propagation of the pump wave is in both direction, forward direction or backward direction. Positive for the forward direction and negative for the backward direction. Here we define this all these parameters. Now write down under steady state condition. Under steady state condition, dN2 by dt is equal to 0. dN2 by dt is 0. And hence the equation, this equation becomes N2 of Z is equal to 10.23 इक्वेशन लिख लो. Tau SP dps upon dz upon ADHBS minus tau SP upon ADHBP dpp upon dz. Here we are assuming that pump propagation is in the forward direction. Hence, AD equation is the cross-sectional area of the doped portion of the fiber core. This you can write. Now, substituting N2 of Z, this from equation 10.23 into equations 10.21 and 22, this equation. Here we can put the values of N2. Okay, now the total gain G for an EDFA of length L can be obtained by this equation. And in exam numerical can be asked to find out the total gain of an EDFA amplifier. So you have to write this. Finish 10.24 equation where N1 is equal to NT minus N2. हमने पहले ही लिखा था total number of energy is NT which is equal to N1 plus N2. So this gives you the equation of total gain G. I think सबने लिख लिया. Limit varying from 0 to L. The length sigma SE N2 minus sigma SA N1 dz. Here we have to perform integration in the range of 0 to L to find the gain of EDFA amplifier. So here we are showing the gain with respect to pump power graph. Power is in milliwatts. Gain is in decibels. These are for different length of the fibers. For 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meters and 20 meters. Gain increases as we increase the pumping power. Okay? This is the basic graph of gain with respect to pump power. This is the reverse. Here we are taking length in the x-axis, gain on the y-axis, and this are varied with by varying the pumping power. This you can draw the effect of noise generation in the amplifier. The spontaneous recombination of electrons and holes in the amplifier medium gives rises to the broad spectral background of photons that get amplified along with the signal. This effect is shown in figure 10.6. Here what we are doing, a pumping spectrum is used of wavelength 1.48 and an output signal at 1.55 micrometer accompanying with ASE noise. Amplifier generated noise due to spontaneous emission. Okay, what happens in spontaneous emission? The light waves are of different wavelength. We get a broad spectrum of light over here. And the signal is centered at 1.54 micrometer. Spontaneous recombination of electrons and holes in the amplifier medium gives rise to a broad spectral background of photons that get amplified along with the signal. This effect is shown in figure 10.6. Now you can write down the signal to noise ratio. SNR degradation due to spontaneous emission is quantified through a parameter Fn called the noise figure and is defined as Fn is equal to signal to noise ratio in upon signal to noise ratio out. Okay, student, write down this, and in the present case, Fn is equal to 2 times NSP. NSP is a spontaneous emission factor defined by the following relation. Spontaneous emission factor, which we have seen in your lasers and your LEDs. Spontaneous emission factor given by NSP is equal to N2 upon N2 minus N1. N1 and N2 are the relative population per unit volume in the ground and excited state. Okay, and NSP denotes the extent of population inversion between the two energy levels, and NSP should be greater than equal to 1. So numerical can be asked on this topic, and these formulas you have to remember. So in next class we will see one numerical, and we will see a Raman amplifier, and we will complete this unit 4. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. So we will wind up our class over here and continue in the next class. Goodbye, students. Take care, and thank you for attending this class.